hopefully it makes sense.
Yeah.
Here.
I'll admit I only got really through halfway through all the questions, so I didn't get all the last half.
I made it through, but there's some questions where I just kind of was like, yeah, that sounds good, but I mean, I'm sure they're right, but I just,
Yeah.
I've been known for worse. So we'll just start. Who joins? And watch it. Okay. Which of the following are residents of rich countries likely? I'm sorry. Which of the following are residents of rich countries likely to have in greater quantities or better quality than residents of poor countries? I put D, all of the above.
Yeah, me too.
Because they're question 2. During the past century, the average growth rate of U.S. real GDP per person implies that it doubled on average about every, I put C, 35 years.
Yep.
The average income in a rich country such as the United States or Japan is more than C, I put C, 10 times but less than 20 times the average income in a poor country such as Indonesia and Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what I put too. But then I thought twice about it, just because in the book it says 10 times. It doesn't say more than 10 times.
Yeah, and I saw 10 times too, but that was the only one that said 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, well, I circled C, but I was like, well, I mean, it could be 5 times, but less than 10. I don't know. But I circled C.
Yeah, and I picked C because I saw the 10 times. I remembered it was 10 times.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
We can run back. We're only at number 3. We put D for number 1. C for number 2. And C for number 3. Okay. Somebody else want to take number 4?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right.
Which of the following correctly ranks the 3 countries from highest to lowest for percentages of high school age children in school? And I put A, but I'm not sure.
I put C.
C.
I put C.
I think it was in the slide there, in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it showed the United Kingdom, and then it showed them everybody on the roof, I think it was, of their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You need to go back, start at number 1 real quick, since we're only on number 4.
Oh, just tell me what you guys got, because I got 1 for D, 2 C,
Yes.
3 C,
Yes.
4 C.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 5, countries that grew the fastest over the last 100 or so years at an average growth rate of real income per person of about C, 2.5%.
That's what I had.
That's what I put.
Okay. Number 6. Last year's real GDP in the imaginary nation of Oceania was 61 billion and the population was 2.2. The year before, the GDP was 500 billion and the population was 2 million. What was the growth rate of the real GDP per person? Per person during the year? I put D, 2%.
2%. Yep, me too.
Somebody else want to take number 7?
Sure.
Which of the following?
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, okay. Which of the following would by itself reveal the most about a country's standard of living? And I put D.
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 I put D as in dog.
So did
Yeah,
D.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
what I had. Productivity.
Yep.
Yep.
Who wants to take number 8?
I'll go 8. So
Okay.
the notion that our ability to conserve natural resources is growing more rapidly than their supplies are dwindling is supported by the fact that I had C as in Charlie. Inflation adjusted prices of most natural resources have been stable or fallen over time.
Yep, that's what I got also.
And then so for 9, which is kind of related to that, if an inexpensive alternative to oil were found, the price of oil adjusted for inflation, I had A,
Yeah,
that it would
I put A as
decline.
well.
Yeah. And the demand for oil would reduce, right? I mean,
yeah, that's what I put A also. Number 10, a country A has twice as many workers as country B. Country A also has twice as many physical capital, twice as much human capital, and twice as much many natural resources as country B. Assuming that a constraint return to scale, which is the following is higher in country A. I put D. I don't know if that's
D as in dog.
D as in dog.
That's what I put too.
I actually put C, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Is because that, there's that formula that they were showing there. Hold on, I gotta find it. Like that Y equals AF, times L, K, H, and N and all that. So my reasoning wasn't, I'm not saying it's right, but was that if you divide all the factors there by 2, hold on a second, I gotta read it again for a second.
I'm gonna find it. Yeah.
Maybe, sorry, I think I'm thinking of a different question. Sorry. Yeah. So I go with it. Sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of a different question.
Okay. So D is good then? All right. And D. Who has number 11?
I can read it.
Okay.
Which of the following would increase productivity? And I put D, all the above.
Yeah, that's what I put. All of the above are correct.
I can do the next one too.
Okay.
The numbers of workers in an economy doubled, all their output stayed the same, and there were constant returns to scale. Productivity would, I put B.
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 I put A, fall to less than 1/2 its former value. And I don't remember where if I read that. I could be wrong also.
That's what so could I.
Well, so this was the one I was thinking of, where it's that question of basically you divide all the productivity by 2, right? So the only part I wasn't sure, but I put A also, just because I think the part in that production function, it would be it's half. I mean, that I'm for sure it falls. I'm just not sure if it's half or slightly greater than half, whatever it says.
Right. All right, to go to A.
A?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 13. Sorry, I was right on the spot. Number 13. Workland has a population of 10,000, of whom 7,000 workers work 8 hours each day to produce a total of 224,000 final goods. Laborland has a population of 5,000, of whom 3,000 work 7 hours to produce a total of 105 final goods. I put C. I don't know.
You put A?
C.
I can't hear you.
I got C. Charlie. Yep, I got C as in Charlie. What I got. Anybody get anything different?
I see works for me.
And 14. Who wants to do 14?
I can do it.
All right.
Other things equal, relatively poor countries tend to grow. And I put C. Don't know though.
That's
Yep,
what I
me too.
Yeah, sure.
15. If the best educated and most skilled persons leave a country, then in the short term the country's human capital per worker D will decrease.
Yep, D.
Yeah, I'll put D. Who wants to take number 16?
I'll do it. In
All
the
right.
U, each additional year of schooling has historically raised a person's wage on average by about, add D as in donkey, 10%.
That's what I got also.
Yeah. In less developed countries, the gap is larger.
Uh-huh. Number 17. Who wants to take number 17? You want?
Yeah, I'll read it. Other things the same. If a country raises its saving rate, when is the growth of real GDP per person higher? And I put A. But I'm not sure about that either.
I put
I had C.
C.
I don't remember reading about that, so
That's funny. It's a long. I remember reading the long one. I don't know why. Let me see if I-
Well, I think part of it is the diminishing returns, right?
I think so.
So that's just was my thinking that, you know how the capital,
makes sense.
you know what I mean? It's after everything's been established and like a country is rich, then the GDP is higher as opposed to as they're getting there. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. So we're saying C. Is that what we're thinking?
Yep.
Number 18, suppose that there are diminishing capitals, returns to capital. Suppose also that two countries are what am I doing? Suppose that there are diminishing returns to capital. Suppose also that two countries are the same, except one has more capital per worker, and so it has more real GDP per worker than the other. Finally, suppose that the saving rate in both countries increases from 4 to 7% over the next 10 years. We would expect? I put B. I don't know if that's okay.
That's what I had.
Okay.
That's like the catch-up effect, right? Or the
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That's what I was relating it to. Number 19. Who wants to take number 19?
I'll read it.
All right.
Which of the following public policies would be least likely to result in more rapid economic growth for a poor or developing country? I put D, but
I put D as in dog.
that's what I
Yeah.
put as well. Okay.
Yeah. Only because I'm not really sure what it means.
Right.
The other ones I know, but I was like, what's really an inward-oriented policy?
Number 20. Economists differ in their views of the roles of the government in promoting economic growth. At the very least, the government should. I put A.
Yeah, invisible hand. Me too.
Hey, Chad, do you need the first four?
Do I have the first four?
Oh, do you need the first four?
Yeah, but I mean, I could just go back and watch the video. You guys don't have to stay longer for me.
All right. It's not going to take very much longer.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Which ones are you missing? Just the first four, or which one? How
No,
far?
I hopped on actually at, and you guys were on number 12.
Okay. So we put D as number 1.
Okay.
C as number 2.
Okay.
C as number 3.
Okay.
And C as number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, seeing a trend. C as number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And D as number 6.
Okay.
D as number 7.
Okay.
C is number 8.
Yep.
A is number 9.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And D is number 10. D is number 11. And
Yeah, that's
A
what I
is
got.
number 12. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you. Sorry I showed up late, guys.
Oh,
So good.
well, the lucky victim of 12 is what we got first.
Chad,
Okay.
congratulations on getting into dental school.
Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks. It was, tough, tough classes, but, glad it's, this step's over, ready to start the next one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good. Awesome.
Thank you.
Somebody submitted already?
I submitted it,
Good for you.
and I think I had one different, but I got 19 out of 20.
How long?
I don't remember.
And did I read next week is another exam? Is that what she said? Next?
Is it next week? Hold on, let me go there.
I think it's next week.
I think, is it lesson 9? Yeah, it is lesson 9,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Saturday.
After this easy week, as she calls it.
I'm not looking for, well, the part, I guess the good thing, well, not the good thing, I don't call it good, but is that we got the full value of your grade right now. So whatever your grade is, the exam, the next one shouldn't hurt it as severely.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be as hard of a hit as the first one was, because you took the full brunt on
All right.
that one.
All right, guys.
Thank you much, guys.
Okay,
I'll put
thanks.
links in a minute.
Okay. Thanks.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. See you guys later.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.